I understand since it was not passed a few years ago, and there has been many struggles. I was wondering for the 111th Congress, how is it probably going to shape, and what organizations have been working on the DREAM Act probably recently? And I understand that late last year there was a possible repeal that might stifle the DREAM Act in the state level, and help that might possibly also connect to the revitalization of it on the state level and on the federal level as well.
Regarding the sort of the movement of the bill at the federal level, and we have been working closely with the National Immigration Law Center and the United We Dream Coalition that has worked on the DREAM Act and advocated for it for years now. And at this point in our conversations, mainly with the office of Senator Durbin from Illinois, he's been spearheading the DREAM Act in the past, and he's also the Democratic Caucus whip. So he counts the votes, and it's very early to tell in terms of where the votes lay, both for the DREAM Act and for immigration reform. Because the DREAM Act is on a smaller case and maybe a more moderate policy proposal, it may be easier to move it, yet the priority for the caucus remains immigration reform. So those are like internal calculations that they have to do on the Hill. I think our work as advocates on the floor is to continue challenging the misconceptions about the immigrant community, both in our local communities and also in a national level, in as much as we can. Secondly, for the issue of the legal challenge of AB 540, the in-state tuition exemption for which undocumented students qualify in California, it is a good thing actually that the California Supreme Court decided to pick up the case rather than it go back to the Yolo County Court, because we basically this is a battle that there's been a legal challenge that's been on for 4 years, and basically we're 1-1 at this point. We won the first Yolo County Court case, and the appeal did not, I guess they changed some of their arguments in their appeal, and it didn't go our way. Now it's headed to the California Supreme Court, and but this is a battle where basically the litigants that are this very strong with anti-immigrant forces with a lot of money are trying to pit again the immigrant community against native-born U.S. citizens. So it's also related to that fight. Hopefully for millions of students, the situation would be relieved if the DREAM Act were to move forward this year. But still, regardless of all that, this is something that we expect them to, because of the money they have, to probably carry all the way to the Supreme Court in terms of the legal challenge. But that's why it's so important to change the law, change immigration policy, and enact the DREAM Act.